Hello, everyone. Welcome to my Helen Roberts talk show. And today, our guest star is Oprah Gail Winfrey.
Hello, everyone.
Oprah, it's such an honor to have you here today on my show.
Oh, and it's an honor to be here.
Now, let's discuss a little bit about yourself now, shall we?
Let's do it.
So, how was the life in Mississippi?
Well, when I was, my mother was a teenager. She gave birth to me January 29th in 1954. And, the rougher parts of Mississippi. And, she was young, so she couldn't really handle taking care and raising a child. So I lived with my grandmother until the age of 6.
Oh, and where was your father in the picture?
Well, he was in the armed forces, and he was just fighting the war for a while, and I didn't really make contact with him much, but I later moved with him at the age of 14.
So, where did you get your education?
I went to Lincoln High School, and I entered a public speaking contest, and I won that, and I then got full scholarship to Tennessee State.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry to bring up this tragic loss of yours, but I heard that you had a child when you were growing up.
Yeah, when I was about 9 years old, when I was living with my mother, her boyfriend and her brother both molested me, and I gave birth at the age of 14, and my son died in infancy, and it was not the brightest time. At 13 years old, I ran away from home because I was just done with it all. I was depressed. I didn't know what was going on with my life, and my mom didn't really understand what was happening either, so she sent me off to live with my father, and that's really how our relationship started.
Okay. And I'm so sorry to hear about that, but on the bright side, I heard that you entered a beauty pageant when you were growing up.
Yes, I did. When I was about 17 years old, I was just bored one day, and after school, I worked at a grocery store, and they had signs everywhere for the beauty pageant. So I was like, why not enter it? So I entered it, and it was the Mrs. Black beauty pageant, and I was completely honest with them. I told them I wanted to be a journalist and a philanthropist, and everybody else said the basic things like ending world hunger, recycling, and cleaning up, saving water. But I was just honest with them, and they were surprised by that, and that's how I won it.
Well, congratulations on that. Now, just out of curiosity, what gave you the idea of having your own talk show?
Well, when I was about 19 years old, I was a news anchor for a local news station, and I did pretty well with that, so I got transferred to a morning talk show in Chicago, and I was just so personal and relaxed with the crowd that I guess they thought I should be the host of the show, and I boosted the ratings so much that it became nationally viewed, then internationally, and it became the Oprah Winfrey Show. And later on, I started my own magazine, network, production company, and it was just great.
Now, I know that you've had a really hard time growing up as a child, and if you had to reach out to other girls and boys and people who have been through this position that you have been through, what would you tell them?
Well, I'll just say, never give up. Always push through. When times get hard, you just have to sit back and think. Someday it's gonna get better, and I want you to fight.
That's great. Thank you. So heart-touching. Now, before we close up, Oprah, would you please tell us a little bit about how you're giving out to others?
I created the Oprah Angels Network, a charity that supports charitable projects and provided grants to nonprofit organizations all around the world. And I raised more than $80 million, and it was great because 1 million of those dollars was donated to John Bon Jovi, and it was great because I donated a lot to Katrina, the hurricane, and I tried to get as many houses built back up as I could. And I also did $11 million for relief efforts. And also I allowed all of the people that helped me throughout this journey with Katrina, I give them all a 12-day vacation in Hawaii with their loved ones and family. And I have 2 schools in Africa, all girls schools, and I donated at least $400 million to educational uses, and I try to do as much as I can to help out the whole community because it's really important. Some people need just a little bit of extra help, and you have to try and do your best to give it to them.
Wow, Oprah, it's so wonderful to see how you're reaching out towards others, and thank you so much today for being here on my show.
Thank you so much, Ellen.